Good evening, citizens of Anvil, and welcome back to Larps and Tarps, where it's just me, Tom, and my co-host, Morgan.
Hello, this is wild. Like, we haven't done this in a long, long time.
I know, we got candles, some lobster, we're looking at each of our big eyes over the
Treating
table.
ourselves. No one's in the lighthouse. It's just the two of us.
Champagne popping.
Oh, you know how it is.
Chin chin.
And we are, we're going to be discussing kind of the reason for this is because I'm not here next week. So
No,
we'll get through the end of my Saturday and then some Sunday.
Yeah, and I was just here anyway. I don't leave the lighthouse really, except
except to go work at the library, and then when you shut you in the trapdoor.
Exactly. Alex, Chloe, and Kerry should be back in the next episode to finish their Saturdays and Sundays.
Yes. Perfect. So I had some skirmishes that I want to talk about that were around kind of 5 o'clock. Did you have anything before?
Skirmish?
I know. I literally was not planning on going on any, but then this became Test of Metal dependent. So.
Oh, fair enough. Then you had to get.
I had
the
to
gate.
go on. Did you do anything before 6 or like 5, 6 o'clock, or should I go into skirmishes?
I went to Gellert's Telling. That was very moving. Me and a lot of Reapers went. I think I mentioned on the last episode that before going to Gellert's Telling, I had to bolt over to the Reapers as fabulously as I could in my fancy new hot merc summer wig and give my condolences for the 6 deaths they had on that battle.
Yeah, man.
Once again, two crowns, not the danger money for Siaka Heralds and the Grendel.
God,
Bloodbath.
I have not fought. Oh no, hang on. I must have fought Siaka Heralds once. I have fought against the Grendel. Were they there on Sunday? Do you remember?
They were there. Were they there on Sunday? No, I don't think they were.
I think the thing is, especially in the big battles, is the Siaka Heralds almost act as like execution units.
Yeah.
Like they don't fight as much. They're more kind of there to execute people, I think.
We had the crabs on Sunday, but that's Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. So you went to the Telling, and then you got lots of kind of funeral adjacent things for Mr. Bamford.
What can I say? You can't spell funeral without fun. Type 2 fun at Larp.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, lordy. Fantastic. Everyone who did tellings at the Telling was great. There was songs, Agni and Talus and Keys all spoke. It was fantastic. Dave was standing there, and as his new leaguer, considering his previous leaguer just got eaten by a shark. It must be a very weird thing to be at your own funeral and hear people talking about your characters.
Yeah, I can't say I'm excited for it. Like, I'll be interested to see what it's like, but like, I'm very curious to what Tristan's funeral will look like.
Yeah, I did love the look of the people when I turned up in my wig because they were not expecting that.
That bloody wig.
Where the fuck... It was like, did Nietzsche buy the wig or was it summer magic? Who knows?
I didn't see you in that wig until the Sunday battle, and I was like, what have you got on your head?
Yep.
It was so
fucking
funny.
Fantastic.
I do like the idea of you actually have become a changeling and that's your main. It's kind of sprung from your head.
Oh no! But no, I will let Alex and Chloe talk about the Telling a bit more because they're a bit closer with Keys and Agni, or Agnes, I believe their name is.
Agnes and
Geese.
No, what's Otis's name?
Otis,
something like that. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of sad that I missed that. I missed a couple of funerals this weekend, which is a shame.
Yeah. But I'll let you talk about your skirmish.
Yeah, so as I believe I said on Friday, I had been set what was to be my final challenge for my Test of Metal. So
how were you feeling? It's all come up to this point.
It was like, at this point, it kind of, I still was in this mind space of like, it wasn't real. Because I was like, I still needed to do something after this. So I was still kind of like, it still could all go wrong, right? But before the end of the weekend. But I was very excited to kind of get out there. So what I had to do is I'd been asked by an earl of one of the houses in Dawn if I could get, I had to take the Glory Helm, which I think I've spoken about.
Yeah, the Orc tried to take it. We tried to take the Orc.
which was like, which was like a great kind of like was a nice way to include cunning in the test because it has to be cunning. So great, I used my cunning to get the helmet. Then I had to take the helmet on an adventure, which was kind of a reference to the fact that me and this Earl both have like a deep love for Rhiannos, the Summer Eternal.
I'm sorry, now I just want to see fan art of Tristan as the Mandalorian and the helmet just styled as Grogu.
There is a really good picture of me holding the helmet.
With your classic blind smolder.
Oh, with the, it's got to have the blind smolder. And then, I got the helmet and I had to take it on an adventure. So I spoke to a good friend of mine and said, hey, I need a skirmish. And he says, I can give you 2. I was like, perfect. Both were fighting Grendel. Both of lots of Grendel were reinforced by Assaveans, which is very exciting. I've not fought against Assaveans before. And what were they now? The first one was in Urizen, and it was to stop the Grendel destroying a shrine to Adelmar, or a college that was made to Adelmar, who is a exemplar of ambition. It was a Dornish who moved to Urizen and built this college of magic. So I had to stop them destroying that. And then there was another one, which I'm pretty sure was in the Brass Coast. And that was to find an informant and get information from them.
Cool.
So I strapped the helmet to my belt. It was very funny when I saw the guy who was arranging for me to go on the skirmishes. He was like, "You're not wearing that, are you?" I was like, "No." He was like, "Good." You won't see anything. So I strapped that to my belt. I got girded up and got ready to go through the Sentinel Gate. We make our way through, and it's kind of in like the wooded area.
Yep.
And we start to kind of push our way through, and we can see a significant kind of blue and purple force making their way through. And this was interesting. They called for a parley.
Ooh, I love a parley.
And I have seen this now on both the Grendel skirmishes, and I think that's very interesting because every other skirmish I've been on, it's been just go and kill them.
Yeah.
But I think it has a really nice flavour to it that the Grendel are like, let's make a deal. Let's work this out. And they were very much like, hey, we're not here to destroy anything. We're just going to move our troops straight through here. All right? You can go back through your gate and you'll be fine. The parlay ended up with someone getting stabbed.
Classic.
So we moved in very quickly.
Started it.
Yeah. It was. I don't want to say anything. It was definitely our side though.
Empire. Always.
Yeah. They're like, this is what I think of that, and stabbed them. So we started fighting. Really good fight. They put up a really good fight. It was really good.
The Grendel do put up a good fight. I remember our skirmish against them, and they really packed a punch.
The Assaveans had the proper kind of like Greek style metal armor with like the abs and the pecs kind of worn in, and then they had like big plume hats on as well. It was all blue.
They use my abs as the inspiration.
That doesn't surprise. I thought, do you know what? I thought that when I saw it. But that was a lot of good fun. And then I got to do, there's something I really enjoy doing. So I've been in this situation before. So you're against a bunch of enemies. You're like, oh, it's really tense. I can see a bunch of them. And then you go, hang on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and there's 1, 2, 3, 10 of us. And then you're just like, hey, we outnumber them 2-1. Then everyone goes, oh yeah, and just storms over them like a wave. The person we were trying to get ran away. So luckily we had some fairly quick people to go ahead and get them, and they got the information out of them. Good.
Cardio at Empire is just a cheat code.
Oh, absolutely. Cardio and Friends are the two the two cheats for Empire. So that was really fun. So that was great. So that was like a story of like trying to preserve a Dornish person's ambitions, which is a great story, I think, to tell as part of the test. And then the second one that I went on like straight after was in Redoubt. And that one was fun. So there was a bunch of people in the fort. And as we were coming in, somebody went to do a little spy and they saw some Assaveans hiding around the corner. So we were like, we don't want to get outflanked by them. So they basically presented us as a bunch of Dornish to kind of block the hole where they were. And they started, everyone else we were with a bunch of the Kohan from the Brass Coast, start forcing their way in. And then as they start to get in line with us, the person leading the skirmish goes, charge! And then we just start cutting them down. Got very tight and crushed, and some nasty Assavean wrenched the antlers from my head.
Oh no, Tristan's antlers!
They just rip off. We finished the fight with loads of time left, I could not find them anywhere. They must have got fully flung. Like,
I think you should bring a bald cap in case that ever happens again. Tristan's mane and shanty's been ripped off.
well, I did get some fake blood and put it on my roses and in my head.
Oh, cool.
Because I was like, I want it to be like actually pretty messed up. I've been gently considering not wearing antlers anymore. Not
They do seem inconvenient.
they're inconvenient. I have elf ears, and I'm not wearing my rose garland anymore after this weekend.
So you've got the band sticking out of it.
Yeah, and also because I'm not wearing the garland, you'll be able to see my pointed ears. Yeah. So I'm kind of toying with the idea because there's like an icy reason for them to be taken off. But I'm not decided on that yet. But I spent ages trying to find them, which is very annoying. Very good fun skirmish, some really good fun fighting, very nice, safe fighting. And then we pulled back through the gate, and I was like, perfect. I've done that. So all I need to do for this part of my test now is present the helmet and tell the story. So that was set for me by Earl Oriana de Merivon. So I was like, and she was like running the Glory Gala and opening it. So it was like very much at the start. I was going to kind of talk about passing that part of my challenge. And that was kind of that part. So that probably brings us to about 6. And I am kind of free now until about 8:30. Was there anything you kind of did in this time
Fair
slot?
enough. So after leaving the tragedy that was the end of the telling, but that will be given, the information will be given to you by Chloe, Alex, and Kerry. Nietzsche had to leave that telling because he had a meeting.
Bloody meetings.
The citizens' meeting of Tasato. Just to discuss what's going on in the city, what we can do to improve it, see what we can bring to Cesare, see what Senator Cesare has for us. It's quite good. It's like the Homeowners Association.
It's the bloody HOA.
To be honest, I can't fault with Cesare as leader. I know people say we need new senators, keep new blood coming in. Cesare kind of fixes everything.
Cesare's doing
really
a good job.
Senator.
Well, that's I think that's really interesting, and I think that is like from a game point of view, like the difficult bit.
Yeah.
But I guess also, especially in the league, your kind of move there, I guess, is, and this isn't advice for Tom. This is just in general. I think if you're in the league, if someone's doing well but you want the power, you do everything you can do to make them do badly, right? If someone's doing fantastically all the time, you need to make sure they ruin their job.
But the
before
thing
you
is,
take
that's
over.
shooting me in the foot as a citizen of Tasato.
Exactly, but that's what I think is very interesting, right? Is it's like, that's then the question of like, do I hunger for power more than I hunger for like the benefit of Tasato and stuff like that? I think that's really interesting.
It's quite weird. I know League's all about competition, but no one wants to do the job. And no one can, at the moment, can do the job as well.
I have heard very funnily, I think it was someone from the league was telling me, it was like, Dawn's insane. Because in Dawn, people want to be senators.
Yeah.
It's like every other nation, they hate it. Like people do it because they have to do it. I think that's very funny. That it's like, he does a good job and no one else wants to do it, which I think is very funny.
As I say, maybe one day is an ambition Nietzsche will try and be senator, but I don't think it makes sense in his journey yet.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know enough about the world of Anvil
Yeah.
and Empire. The winds, God, they're getting later and later with my dicalexia. It gets harder and harder to read them with the amount of time. Like, you writers do an amazing job if any of you listen, but with my dyslexia, without good time to read the winds or the wonderful voice recordings, I struggle to absorb all that information.
Yeah.
So Tom, as a dicalexy person, probably wouldn't be the best senator with the amount of information I can process at the moment.
I think that's a really interesting, like, thing to consider though, right? From like an accessibility point of view, because it kind of sucks that your disability is getting in the way of the game. And it's like, I know that there was somebody saying, for example, because there's someone saying they're trying to consume a lot of information in the priest game, because obviously you've got all the statements in the hub, and they're saying like bringing someone along that will read statements out to you and kind of help you with that is great. So I think it's very much like, I think a thing if you're wanting to get into some game, but it's like, it's hard for like, for example, with dyslexia, trying to build like a team around you who can kind of help you with the things you've got issues with, like having advisors and stuff.
Yeah, you need a scribe like the good old Agnes.
Yeah, good old Agnes. Agnes of...
Assborn?
The Assborn, that's it.
Yeah.
Agnes born of Ass, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they did a fantastic job in helping their senator get their jobs done. There's also the fact, my game at the moment, I've got enough game coming in as Merchant Prince.
Yeah. There's nothing you're kind of like, you don't feel like you're missing out kind of thing.
No, not yet. Like, one day I might feel like I'm not doing enough as the character. But to be honest, this season, I really enjoyed having quite a bit of time to myself and relax and enjoy the bits of Anvil I usually wouldn't.
Yeah.
But personally, Tom as a person, and sorry, I've just gone on a massive tangent here, will big shout out the soft hats in the game more than the hard hats. Tom as the Merchant Prince gets people, Nietzsche, can we employ you? Nietzsche, we need this. Nietzsche, can we get your votes to something? And I can be like, yes, no. I don't have to run my whole game around Senate and being somewhere at a certain time.
I've always kind of said this about, like, I thank everybody that's got an Imperial title because you generate game for me and I don't need to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I love having things to talk about. I think PD have also said this, is like, the majority, this game is about the conversations you have. That's it.
Oh, definitely.
Everything else is happening around it, the rich world, the political positions, the wars, they exist for you to have opinions. And the levers are there to be pulled. But I'm glad these things happen so I can get involved and say stuff without actually having to do the work. I know there's a lot of conversation about Empire creaking under its own weight because it's very big. I do, to the extent, think like that kind of is true because some stuff gets lost and the winds are getting delayed.
The skirmish bouncing.
Yeah, I think they've really improved that,
They really
I have to say.
but you still can't avoid it. There's that many people who need to go on a skirmish.
But I think that... But I think that if you view Empire as less, I need to win this game by getting these titles and doing these things and touching the plot directly, you'll have a lot more fun because Empire's not designed around doing that. It's designed around having, like, roleplay, right?
I will still say winning Empire does make no sense to me.
Yeah.
I still love the game of, we're the jackdaws, we're trying to rub enough thrones together to get X. Just throwing money at a problem, you've kind of deleted a big part of the game. You've gone from the problem to the destination and solution in one step, not the many conversations and steps and getting support along the way to make it a proper victory.
Suboptimal decisions in LARP are so much better. I've just come back from doing Oasis 2, where I was secret crew.
Look at you into Oasis 2.
Secret crew. And there was a bunch of people who died horrifically, and they're like, amazing. I feel like I've won this game because I had an amazing bloody ending. And I think it's the same in Empire. I think that if you're having those great conversations, if you're interacting not directly with the plot, but just with stuff going on, you're having opinions and you're forming things, you can have so much more fun than stressing and being like, I haven't affected the game, I haven't touched the plot. It's like, it doesn't matter. Just do other stuff.
I almost feel like I've won already because a lot of people in the league know Uncle Nietzsche now as a name. It's like a household name on the street.
I've had so many people, I've been talking to people like out of nowhere being like, again, same kind of thing. It's like, we loved Tristan as a knight errant, we love this, that, and the other. I'm like, it's really nice to kind of hear that. Never won a title, never gone for a title, probably never will.
I think my next big step, my biggest desire now is if Nietzsche dies, he gets a funeral of not just jackdaws.
And he definitely will, right? Like, there's no doubt about that.
That's
anymore.
The egotist in me. I want people to say nice things. Well, or even he was an idiot, a moron. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, I think it's like trying to make an impact, but not through the mechanics of the game, but through the actual role play is far more rewarding. I've said this on the podcast before. If losing is not as good as winning, don't do it. Because who cares? Like, again, hoist the colours. Your surgeon competition.
Yeah. Oh, that was such good game.
You lost it, but you had an amazing time with it.
Like, we haven't done the hoist the colour. Excuse me. We haven't done the hoist the colours part 3 episode yet.
God knows if we will.
Yeah, just the time.
Yeah.
But for the laughs, I stood up for the position of captain.
Yep.
And then I stood up for the position of first mate.
Yeah.
Because I thought it'd be fun to do a bit of a speech, say, to be feared and all this lot. I've been playing the eccentric idiot of a surgeon I am, who's a complete psychopath. Oaksy, I was like, please, for the love of God, don't vote me. Don't give me a meeting. Yeah. I want to lose this, but I wanted the game. And it was hilarious. The winner of the captain had almost everyone behind them. I turned around, I've just got Salty Pete. the next one for first mate, turn around, no one standing behind all the other candidate. And that felt fucking good. That was great for the other player, and it was hilarious for me.
Yeah.
Don't play LARP if you're a bad loser, I'd say.
Yeah.
Play LARP because you love to be a great loser.
Yeah, the things you should be doing are like, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. It's not like my mental health hinges on this thing going well, kind of thing.
Exactly.
We've gone on a massive tangent.
Yeah, massive tangent.
But I think actually all really worthwhile stuff. Like, there's like I'm quite happy.
We've got the room to do it this week.
Yeah.
But what was funny, as the Saturn Citizen meeting was going on, we see these people with rat masks on it. Are the heralds of Agraman? I don't know. And they're handing out snacks. And I don't know if you know this, Morgan, but there's problems with cannibal sausage in Holberg.
I have heard about the cannibal sausages in Holberg.
So everyone's going around, oh my God, is this illegal? People are going into to the tents. We should corner this off. If this is herald businesses or like cultists of Agraman, this is hugely illegal. I look out the meeting and half my jackdaws are going inside. I'm like, oh no! If this is illegal, I'm fucked. I'm just like, I'm going to lean back into the meeting and pretend I don't notice.
God's sake.
Whilst this is all going on, Modesto and another of my jackdaws, I think it was Adrian or Gustavos, or all three of them, were like, we need to get the militia. We need to get this sorted out now. We also need someone else to pull the jackdaws out before we get the militia there.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, there's just me just like smiling away. It's like, don't notice, don't notice, don't notice.
Oh my God.
Just try not to be embarrassed by the great and bold of Tasato. As my guild go headfirst in what could be potentially a magical cannibal scandal.
Yeah, sure. Fucking hell.
One of the other guilds in the Tasato meeting's like, do we have any bravos here? You should fucking deal with them. It's like, I'm not dealing with that in case, one, they're all armed and I'm just one bravo with no armor. Two, if this is just a fucking prank, I'm going to go down for attempted murder, mate. You go and deal with them.
Oh my God.
But as it goes along, it turns out it was a big elaborate prank pulled by the Printers Guild, which was a lot of fun. So you go inside, they ask for a donation of your blood, to which they leech it out of you. So they've got like a little fizz wrap of a leech. Your blood drips into the bowl, and then you go and get like this vegan sausage, some sorbet if you want it. Oh, my Jack does like, hey, Nietzsche, you made it. I'm like, yeah, when I checked, it was fucking legal. It was a good bit of game. When you left, you had to thank Agramand for the food.
Bro, are you sure this is legal?
Who knows?
Bro, like, fucking, this does not sound legal or legit or okay.
But we don't know if it's really Agramand or not. So we're like, thank you, Agramand, for the food. What do you use for the spice? I can't think of anything better that it looks like, but it looked like a giant, cartoonishly evil sperm being puppeted around.
Oh my God. Bro, right, I'm telling this to our listeners right now. Do not use this information in-game, because I have no idea what's going on here.
I hope please don't metagame this.
Yeah.
Like, it has been called a prank. I think it is a prank.
Cool.
The militia decided it was a prank.
Yeah.
The militia did come over and deem it safe and legal to go in.
Oh my fucking God. That's so funny.
Nietzsche accidentally stumbles into another scandal.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that was fun. I was like, so what spices do you put into the sausages and whatnot? Oh, it's a cult secret. My cultists do what they like. We let them run the sausages. And it was a good bit of random fun. I absolutely loved it. Like, they're all in like blood-stained kind of aprons and whatnot, all like these cultists. You can't see my quotation marks, listeners, but there they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was a good bit of game. It was like, oh, I've never done anything like this before. It was like a big thematic event.
Sure.
And after that, I went to visit a friend of mine because they were selling massages in the league. And you know what hot merc summer needs?
Oh.
A massage.
Do you know what? Maybe I should just get a massage at Empire.
They were fantastic. So my friend Katerina and Liberta Rossa and one of their friends were doing massages. I can't discuss prices at Anvil, but I will let you know it's a very reasonable fee.
Show me on your hands how many crowns? Fuck. Yeah, okay.
And that was for half an hour.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, cool.
Had all the oils and like, of course there was like OC check-ins where you're comfortable to be touched with, touched and where do you want to be? Do you want oils and that type of thing? And it was absolutely lovely.
Hell yeah.
Just half an hour of sitting back, relaxing.
Nietzsche and Tristan go on a cheeky autumn massage date.
Well, I actually might have one next season with Talus.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice.
So that'll be lovely.
Awesome.
Well worth the cost. Go and visit Liberto Rossa and ask about the massages. I cannot recommend them enough. Actually do get hurt behind my knee quite a lot, so that was good to get some of the tension off, and just some of the weight on the back from monstering. It was quite funny. I did walk down the hill after getting the massage, and there was this play going on at the Jackdaws camp. I think it was another of the cursed plays. There was warnings part of this time, so no reckonings. But there was a bit of an altercation going on. I didn't know this was OC or IC. I think it was IC.
Sure.
But I was like, you know the Abe Simpson scene where he walks into the bar and then walks straight back out? Like, I'm not wasting this massage on the stress now.
I love how this is the second time you've spoken about avoiding your jackdaws because of drama. You're like, nope, absolutely
It's hot
not.
Merc summer. I need to relax. OC, I will be there for them if they need me.
No, I know.
Just stick their hands up and
it was very funny of kind of like, oh, they're doing cannibalism. I haven't seen it. Oh, they're having an argument. No.
Not my problem.
Incredible.
So do you want to skip ahead to the Glory Gala?
So I, at this point, had completed 5 tests of my 7. I had beaten a member of House Castellan by solving a puzzle box and telling some riddles.
Nice.
I had beaten the Earl of House Mortaire by naming more Eternals than she was able to. I had a foot race against Claude Vidier.
That was my favourite one because I was there.
Yep. Where I had to race him to the Hall of Worlds, somewhere I cannot enter without magical assistance.
Yeah, the Jackdaws and the Dreadshields, especially the Dreadshields, did a fantastic job with that one.
Incredible. You can listen to that on E4 last year. E3, E4?
Wait, E3 or E4?
E3. You should listen to them both.
Go on YouTube and look for Morgan's and
Looking,
running
yeah,
pace.
absolutely. Who else did I beat?
You've beaten off all the Empire by the sounds of it.
I had challenged Lord Barrion of the Crossroads, a Summer Eternal.
I like that title, Barrion of the Crossroads.
Yeah,
that's cool.
To defeat a worthy foe. I had overcome the challenge from House Meliora, Earl of House Meliora, by solving riddles and sourcing the words to the Dornish war song and compiling them in the correct order. I was halfway through one to Earl Oriana Dumerivon, which was to take the Glory Helm on adventures and then present it at the Glory Gala and tell of those adventures. The last one, well, I guess technically a penultimate one, but the last big thing, so I'd done most of Earl Oriana's and just had to present it. The last one to start was against House Gorvan. And I had to challenged Earl Sid Lord of Gorvan. I know, I really hope I'm getting that correct, the name correctly. Gorvan, I'm pretty sure. I challenged him, so I need to do cunning. And I got a letter which was like, Sir Tristan, you have challenged me. You have asked me to test your cunning. Perhaps you expect me to do as others have done and make you do like some clever trick in a foot race or reveal some hidden talent that you do not have. But you have challenged the Captain of Dawn, and that is who you shall face. For I do not believe you can beat me in a fair fight.
Ooh, interesting.
You will fight me at a time of my choosing, following the rules of a fair fight of Lord Sagramord de Gorvan, who had died 2 years prior. And I went through this list, and I came up with a plan that was within the rules.
Okay, always good.
Using some cunning about what was in those rules.
Rules do make it fun.
Because I knew Earl Sidlaw his plan is likely to hit me until I am on the floor.
Simple but effective.
Very effective. He's done it a lot of times. But I had a slightly different plan. Now, we were supposed to do it at 8 o'clock, but there was a fire dancing competition going on at 8 o'clock, and it was getting towards 8:30, where the Glory Gala was about to start. So I went to Earl Oriana, who was hosting the Glory Gala, and said, hey, I need to do my test of metal in the Glory Square, but it's going to be at 8:30, and the Glory Gala's at 8:30. Is that okay? And she went, I can think of no better way to open the Glory Gala than with a fight.
God, we play different games.
Oh. So I go to Earl Sidlaw and I tell him, and we stand in the Glory Square. And Lucille and Sol, my two troubadours, do a huge announcement. I don't know if you've seen A Knight's Tale.
I have seen.
You know Chaucer?
Yep.
Lucille embodied Chaucer in that moment.
Fucking sweet.
When you think the Glory Square is surrounded by people who've come for the Glory Gala.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, it's busier than I could ever expected for my test of metal. He, gets all their attention and tells them and really bigs up Earl Sidlaw, which, for a second, I'm like, well, whose side are you on? But obviously, building up Earl Sidlaw, and then Sol introduces me and announces what we're doing and who I am and what I'm about to do. And then on, I meant to say I'd helped to gird Earl Sidlaw as well, because that's a nice little half magic, getting him ready for the fight. And on Lucille's words, we charge. And I run at Earl Sidlaw, wielding Dark Light, my gift from Lord Barrion. And as he cuts into me, I cut into him with a weakness.
Ooh.
So all his hero skills have gone. All right.
Nice.
He pulls out a potion immediately and goes to drink it. I pull out a potion as well, but it's an oil that I start to rub on my blade.
Right.
And I run towards Sidlaw. He runs towards me. Shield goes out and I fall to the floor. Slam, hit the deck. And as I'm there, I kind of grab forward, and he's not wearing any trousers. He's wearing shorts.
Okay, nice.
And I get my sword and I dig it in and I shout, "Paralyze."
Sweet.
I stand up, I get my blade and I drag it across him, cleave. And I stand back. And Earl Sidlaw waits, so I wait for the 10 seconds to end. And he kind of shakes off the effects. It was on his, I think I cut his shield arm, so he threw his shield down and swapped and kind of got ready with the sword. I just looked at him and went, "That was your torso, my lord." And he looked down and went, "Was it? Fuck." And then literally slams on his back, falls to the ground.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, it was the most perfect moment. Now, in the letter, the game wasn't going to end until someone called halt. And I run up to him, I'm like, "Say the word, my lord." He's like, "What?" To end it. He goes, "Oh, I yield." I'm like, "That's not the word." Because I didn't want me to say the word and end the fight. He was like, "What's the word?" It's like, "I'm not telling you, my lord." And someone comes over and I'm like, "Tell him what it is." He's like, "I can't remember." I was like, "Begins in H and ends in T." He's like, "Halt, halt," and gets healed. Cheering crowds. I've defeated Lord Sidlaw. After he's brought up, I present to him a posy of flowers, which don't directly mean friendship. So something I haven't said throughout this whole thing, is because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, is I had to present a flower that means friendship in their house code.
Okay.
So I present him a posy of flowers that mean friendship, and we talk through them. And then I walk over to Earl Oriana. I present the helmet, and I explain to the crowd, the assembled crowd for the Glory Gala, what my test has been, who I have defeated, and what I have done. I then explain the Glory Helm and how it represents glorious cunning. And I talk about the quest that I had been on with it of the adventure. And I presented to Lady Oriana. I said, "And I also, as my final part, present to you this light blue flower of friendship. And with that, my lady, I have defeated your challenge." She takes the helmet off me, passes it to someone else. She smiles and then gives me a hug. Crowd fucking cheers. Everyone around me just like, I just scream, "I'm a lord!" And then it was like, that was it. Test of Metal passed. Lord Tristan Dulac in the Glory Square. Half of Dawn have seen it because they've turned up for the Glory Gala. Oh, I just lost my mind. It was incredible.
I wish I was there to see it. That sounds amazing.
I cannot think of a better way to have passed my test.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried because no nobles were there to ennoble me, but like, man, I got a show.
Are you getting choked up or is that indigestion?
That's indigestion.
Oh.
But what a show. I was crying. I was full on crying.
Oh, bless.
But also because like there was a lot of icy emotions because I started this game with a few knight errant friends.
Yeah.
Most of them are dead.
Oh, God. The difference in game.
Yeah, right. Tristan has come through. So, Jean. We love Jean. Jean's previous character, Roderick, died. One of Tristan's closest friends, Hector, died. One of his closest friends, Finn, died.
Oh, I didn't think about this perspective at all.
All these people who'd started with him as knight errants, and he was the only one that had made it over the line. And just having that, just kind of surrounded by friends, people were hugging him. And then through all this, the Earl of, so Hector, really close friend of Tristan, who was the first person he lost to Cold Sun, comes over to him with a sash. And she says, "When I watched you pass your test just then, I saw Hector, and I want you to wear this, and passed me the sash that Hector used to wear.
Oh, my heart.
And I was just
My
like,
shriveled
I was
heart.
a wreck. I was an absolute mess. And that was how Tristan Dulac passed his test of metal.
It's amazing to think of the difference of how the characters in our group have achieved soft power, if you will. So, you've gone through all these towering tests of metal. You've gone and challenged all the big houses in Dawn. You've fought through it all, and you've come out on top. Chloe is going bad down the military route, line captaining, attending military council, and I'm just the idiot who's like, get two bravos together, like, you want to form our own guild? Who wants to be in charge? They just both point at me. It's like, I guess I'm in charge. And somehow I've managed to become a personality who've attracted, like, coming up to 30 players to follow me.
I can't get over. This is a testament, I think, to both the game and the players of how each nation really enforces its brief.
Yes.
Because I have absolutely done, right, a high fantasy Arthurian story.
Yeah.
You have absolutely done underdog leaguish, little scrappy guild. Neve is absolutely doing vicious wood elves. militaristic fighting for their home, right? And I think it's crazy to see how these have been really enforced through our play.
Yeah, and not to shout out our own podcast, but I'm bloody proud of how far we've come in that. But I think this is what brings our podcast together and makes it so special. All five of us have such different games now, have achieved so much in different manners and gone through different roles to get there.
It was the culmination of, so I got my test of metal right at the end of spring of 2022, of E2 2022. And I completed at the end of halfway through E3 2024. So just over 2 years of work for this. The Earl that sent me the test had died. Like, so much has changed in who Tristan is.
I was going to say, yeah, the two other founding jackdaws, the originals, are dead.
Yeah. It's just... Now, the thing is, this was like, I was still in all my armor.
Yeah.
And I turned to the people I was with and I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm late for a wedding.
Classic Morgan and Tristan.
Classic Morgan and Tristan. I then had to run from the Glory Square to the Regio, which I had done the year before for my test of metal. Wasn't in full armor that time. I ran to the Regio because last summit, someone who beat Tristan to nobility, only about one season, Finn of House Meliora, died to the cold sun.
Oh no!
And as we got what they had arranged for was a whisper through the Black Gate, and he was going to get married.
Oh no!
To the true
That's
love he'd left behind. And I get there, sprinting, arrive at the Regio, and I see him in the middle, holding hands with his true love. And I'm like, can they hear us? And they're like, no. And I'm just like weeping. And I watch them get married, and they call out to Finn through the echo, the walls. I can see him bawling his eyes out. She's bawling her eyes out, and I was just like, oh my God. And I had this moment where the ritual ends after their wedding, and he leaves, and they come out, and they're like, oh, Tristan, it's good to see you. I was like, I wanted them to know. I'm like, know what? It's like, that I've passed my test. And then they all start hugging me, we all start crying. It was just like, I was too late. I wanted to tell him, but they were like, it's okay, he knew you would. And there was just this, just like it was like a solid 1.5 hours of just pure, full-on LARP brain emotion, weeping, hugging, made my way back to the Glory Square, saw loads of friends on the way back, told them my past. Really cool moments.
Is that when you caught Radka, Otis, and Neve?
No, they came to the Glory Square later. So I get back to the Glory Square, and I'd made some noble kit. Get into my noble kit. I step out of the tent as Lord Tristan Dulac. Radka, Otis, and Neve arrive, drop to their knees before Tristan. It's like, Lord Tristan, and like, it was very funny.
You know what the best part is about that? They're probably not taking the piss for once.
I was like, for a second, I was like, taking the piss. I was like, they were like, never doing that again. It was a very touching moment. I wore Hector's sash.
I love how Nietzsche was the one who wasn't there because he was off probably doing things completely unaware of this amazing moment of his friend.
Oh, but it was like, did that and went dancing, and then it was really funny that my flower crown didn't, and this is like semi-OC but also works beautifully icy. My crown didn't feel comfortable.
Okay.
Like I was like, it doesn't feel right. I took it off and put it on my belt, and I was talking to people later. I was like, why aren't you wearing your crown? I was like, feels like it belongs to someone else. Feels like it belongs to someone who isn't me anymore.
God.
And it was just the most emotional evening.
This game, it doesn't sound like the real world. It sounds like a genuine epic story.
It's ridiculous. My friend comes up to me later and he says, Lord Tristan. And I turned to him, and his name's Culloch. And he was another knight errant friend of mine. I say, Sir Culloch? And he just goes, shakes his head. I'm like, no. We'd passed our test of metals within like half an hour. So then like give him a massive hug. He got some noble clothes on. We danced at the Glory Gala under a beautifully clear sky, musicians playing. I danced with friends. I sat with friends and I drank wine. I spoke to kind of nobles and sat as an equal. And I I couldn't have asked for anything better than that.
I don't think anything's going to top this moment for you at LARP, to be honest. Or at least Empire.
I just don't think it will.
You can only become noble for the first time once.
Yeah, and it couldn't have ended better. But yeah, that was amazing. There was some interpersonal drama with Tristan and Sol, which I won't get into too much because it's like fun kind of fun kind of like interpersonal RP. That kind of, we've discussed it before, that plays on the whole like yo folk noble divide, and Tristan's always been very much like, friends across that divide don't work properly because one of you is in charge of the other. And it was this, we had like a bit of interesting stuff around that because she was very upset by this. But like having this evening of 10 out of 10, amazing end to my Saturday.
Sounds fucking fantastic.
What did you get up to in the evening?
So whilst you were going to the second best event at E3, I was running the best event at
of
E3.
Course.
We're destined never to go to the Glory Gala or the Jackdaw.
I can never go to the Jackdaw birthday party because I've got the Glory Gala.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's when the guild was founded, and Saturday night's just party night, ain't it?
Yeah.
Once again, great crowd. I love being the one to be able to do speeches at the party. So Nietzsche being Nietzsche, of course, has to get on a chair to look taller than other people. I got a pike with the Jackdaw banner standing next to me. I'm like welcoming everyone to the Anvil, praising our highs, mourning our lows, thanking every guild and every citizen for coming to our party and making us a beloved and successful guild in our eyes and the eyes of the rest of the Empire.
Yeah.
Thanking the Crimson Reapers for all the help they have given us over the years. I mean, what a story that one is. That's completely natural. Nietzsche, I want to throw down against the Reapers. Reapers are best friends and biggest allies.
Oh, I love it. And again, this is what, like, I love that you've got the underdog story, right? That like it's so good. I love the underdog story, but you're kind of still like movers and shakers, and like it was a kind of like we're standing against the Reapers, but also it's worked a beautiful way of like, no, we can work together. We're all part of like the league. It's beautiful.
For the classic Tom line, I think they just loved our spunk.
I loved your spunk.
And so really involved us. Like a big shout out to the group. Most of the guilds in the league, if not all of them, we are such a fun nation to be in. It's so different to Dawn, where you wear your hearts on your chests. We're all scheming and laughing and making alliances, backstabbing, but also a brother against a brother until someone fucks with that brother.
Yes.
And then we'll defend the brothers.
Yeah. There's the kind of classic story about friendship in Britain, where it's like you'll get two towns in the north of England that hate each other until there's someone from London in the room.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, best mates. So it's the same kind of thing of like, yeah.
Exactly that. Loved doing the speech. Welcomed everyone. Made sure they topped up on the 5 ring drinks.
5 ring drinks.
during the speech, Pike whipped off my wig from the top of my head, which was very funny. And so it began. Our first bit of entertainment was the Coctopus. I don't know if you saw the size of the Jackdaw bar.
Yeah, I did. I
But
was
it
in
was
there on Friday night.
overflowing with people. There was not a chance I was
amazing,
getting
dude.
to see it. But I've seen it before. I'm happy for other people to enjoy our hospitality. That's why we're putting it on.
Yeah.
So whilst everyone was watching the Coctopus, it almost felt like a VIP section at the back of the camp with a table. Callum, who plays Benno, was lovely and let us bring down some of his benches from the Reaper camp so we could sit around. And it was like, everyone's enjoying the party, and there's just Nietzsche and his VIPs at the back just enjoying some wine, having a chat, just going back over our success and our alliance. That was great fun. Lana Grace, who planned it, did an amazing job. She plays Lana. She's aiming for the new league title, Mistress of Ceremonies or Master of Ceremonies next season or whenever that comes about. And I hope this really marks them down as a great party planner. There was music going on in the background. I was going hobnobbing with people, making sure they feel welcome, shaking hands, really just doing the hosty things. Music was going on in the background. We'd played for bards and everything. So much fun. The atmosphere was on point. And then comes our creme de la creme moment, the piece de resistance, the fire dancers. So it was about 10 o'clock at night. The sun had just gone down. And they put on such an amazing show. There was 3 of them. The bottom of the league, you know how there's that big thoroughfare where it kind of goes to the Forge, then it's off to Navarre, then the Marches, then up in the league. The whole of that was covered by citizens watching. The Dread Shields had come by to come and see. I was doing more speeches, welcome him, do you want more? How good is the act? This time I did say, please pay your bards. I will be going around with my hat like Gustavos, raising money for these fantastic performers. The people absolutely loved it. They were enthralled. They were great last year. They were even better this year. I think they went on for about 20 minutes doing this performance, and I think for a lot of people, I would like to think it was a highlight for them.
Yeah.
I'm just so proud. It's like, the Jackdaws are poor, but we will put out our money to put in entertainment and a great shindig for the people of Empire.
I think when you think about it as well,
it's also a great advertising campaign. So like, right, if there's any shitty jobs that you need doing, nothing's too low for the Jackdaw except assassination.
I think like what's really cool, and I really commend you for doing this and your group, because again, so the person that plays Oriana de Merivon and a bunch of other people organised the Glory Gala. You've organised this big Jackdaw party, right? And you have to think of like somebody, almost every empire is going to be someone's first empire.
Yeah.
And can you imagine turning up, you've had a bit of a scrap during the day, and I know it can be hard to find stuff to do during the day at Empire, but at the end of that, you turn up and you can either go to like beautiful ballroom dancing at dawn or a fire dance and raucous play in the league, and all this stuff is just happening around you at this event. And they're like, it's amazing that like people like your group, people like Emmy's group, that are really adding to the fabric of what makes Empire so good.
It isn't about the making of the money or the positions. It's making sure everyone's having a good time and bouncing off each other.
I think it's fantastic. And I absolutely commend everyone that really does add to the whole atmosphere of Empire.
Yeah.
It's absolutely incredible.
And I was glad because it's one of my good friend's last games. He really helped me get into the game and brought me game. So I'm glad he went to the party and really got some good vibes and a good final night at Anvil.
Yeah.
So, party goes off, huge success. Everyone's having a good time. I say thank you for everyone. Everyone's loved it. Invite them back to the bar for more drinks because it is profit at the end of the day. Can't do it all for charity. And the Reaper Prince invites me back up the hill for some drinks. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'll come along when I've just seen off the guests and I've lost me tankard. I've got to find me tankard. I pay the actors the tips and whatnot. Once again, big shout out for Grace and Lana, who I might say I want a party and here's a few people we can go to. Grace is the one who puts all the effort in. In fact, her and her lovely mother made enough cake to serve to everyone at the party. So there was like lemon drizzle of brownies, which was fantastic. They even brought the jackdaw cage with the little fake jackdaws in of Salt, Reiner, and Nietzsche.
Oh, amazing. Brilliant.
Yeah, which was a lovely touch. But anyway, dismissed the party. gone great. I'm on cloud 9, found me tankard, go up the hill to the Reaper's camp, looking forward to a good drink with my friends. And what do I find? But a load of Reapers kneeling down behind a body. And the thing I hear out of the darkness was it's absolutely perfect and just reminds me of Game of Thrones so much. The prince is dead. Oh, hail the prince.
Oh.
And it's all the Reapers kneeling down to Radek around Sikaro's corpse.
Oh, my God.
And my response was effectively my jaw dropped and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, my God.
Dude, the moment...
Bro, this fucking game. I don't get it. How do these, oh my God. That's so good.
So apparently, the prince has been poisoned.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Which, of course, my first thing is like, oh, that does not look good on me.
Yeah,
Or
they've
us.
just been at your party, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And I think, knowing the mechanics of poisons, I think they last, you've got to be drank and within 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's
longer.
similar to like a Portent of Doom with curses, I think.
Yeah. All the Reapers, usually it's like shits and giggles, good times with the Reapers, but like, right, seal off the camp, no one in or out. And my friend, my dear Benno, my bro for life, grabs me by my lapels, effectively, on my coat. It's like, Nietzsche, why the fuck did you kill my prince? Why the fuck did you... Benno, I didn't do it. Why would I kill the fucking prince? It does not make sense in my own part. He's not listening. He's roaring in my face. To which he then, of course, this is grappling, and this is like worked out between two close friends. We do not condone people doing this, Empath. Pretends to punch Nietzsche round the face. So I go stumbling about 5 steps back. And then I have in my mind... how am I going to react to this? Because I like to think Nietzsche's usually quite a chilled prince. He'll laugh something off.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this. I'm not having this.
Yeah.
Go and knee Benno in the guts.
Oh, my God.
To which he then punches back and there's a bit of a scrap. We then grab each other, throw each other to the floor, rolling around. And you might have seen... there's a bit of a size difference between me and Benno, so it must have been quite an amusing sight. Yeah. We'll ruffle it out. Elle's like, stop it. Your friends, why the fuck are you doing this? The battle is over when Benno is like, and I'm squeezing your testicles, Nietzsche, and I put out the shrillest shriek of all time.
Fucking hell.
To which I roll off him. He rolls off me, and he's just like, I'm sorry, Nietzsche. I don't know what came over me. He's like, it's all right, Benno. I forgive you.
Oh, Christ.
And Elle comes up to us like, you two, you need to make up now. I'm very disappointed in you two. Time out. And it's just me and Benno holding hands under like the Anvil stars as Elle goes back to camp, picks up some red wine, and then just starts pouring it into our gobs.
That's so good.
To which then some of the Reapers in their roleplay are like, who the fucking did this? They were at the Jackdaws party last. We got to fucking sort this out now. So like, getting up losers. We need to stop them. Need to stop them now. Please help me stop. None of them are helping me stop them because they've got all their shit to do. So I'm like kind of stumbling back to camp, like half running, half limping. My necklace with my jackdaws fall off because it got ripped in the tussle. Luckily, it's managed to get back on the links. Yeah. But there's me running down to camp. And just as they get to the bottom of the hill, I see the Reapers with their swords drawn. I see some of the jackdaws with their swords drawn. I'm like, stop this now. What the fuck do you want? Think straight. Why would we kill them at our own party? Well, someone did. Well, someone might have, but it wasn't us. We may be stupid. We may be the underdogs. But is poison really our style? And, think of it this way, why would we kill our biggest political and military allies?
Yep.
And so they're like, right, they kind of start to ease down. Everyone's thought about it. They're like, right, we need to find someone who can do whispers beyond the gate. I'm like, I know someone, but I don't know where he is. So they go, I think they might be at the Wonky Donkey, whatever the bar's called. So they go dashing off
Jesus.
into the night looking for Martine, who can speak with the dead if they get to them in a certain amount of time. Then, of course, to end my add to my night, the militia rock up, saying, "Right, we got some questions to ask." I'm like, "Right, as Prince, I will take the questions." Sit them down, like, come on to the bar, really hospitable. It's quite good because Raga comes over, offers them a drink. They refuse the drink, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Raga comes over again, offers them marshmallows and a stick. They accept that, but what I really liked is they refused to bite into the marshmallow until I had bitten into the marshmallow.
Sure, yeah.
Which was a lot of fun role play. And effectively, I told them straight, look, we're friends with the Reapers. He gave me his mask. That means the world to me. I fought for him at what I thought was his wedding day in the fucking Orc pits and went out like a champ.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would we fight? And like, they were asking about who was serving drinks, who might have had a grudge with them. I say, I don't know. I don't have a fucking clue. And they seem to be quite happy with those answers. I don't know if they'll come back to us with that, but we shall see in game. Of course.
Incredible.
Yeah, then go back up the hill, and Callum's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Nietzsche. I broke your necklace. Here, have one of mine."
That's very sweet.
Well, apparently Synod gave it to Benno, so they could tell if he was doing things in the Senate. No, Synod, because it's this like little cowbell, which I am now wearing around my neck.
Funny.
Radic says, "Look, I know it wasn't you. Why would you do it?" And I think you're too scared of me to do it. I'm like, maybe we'll see if I play into that.
Let's not. All right, let's not go too far.
I know you missed a big Prince now, Joe, but we shall see. Personally, I think, why would the jackdaws use poison? If the jackdaws are going to murder someone, it's probably going to look more like you've seen the old films where a load of dominoes go knocking over into a candle. Into a
Yeah. Oh, what's it called?
Something
machine. Rude Goldberg's some machine. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was pretty much the end of my night, and I think I saw you as my night was winding down at Wise Guys. Go in there. Looks like all the Reapers are having a drink. They invite me over. It seems to have kind of blown over now. We all did OC check-ins as well, because OC check-ins, big and smart.
Big and clever, always checking in OC.
And who do I find at the bar but the Reapers' newest potential recruit, Eduardo?
Oh.
Who look very similar to Sicaro, the old prince of the Reapers. I'm like, who's this handsome young chap you've got there, Radic? I was like, that's our new recruit. Paid him a ring to hold him a hat. I'm like, Eduardo, my boy, don't go with the Reapers. How about you join the Jackdaws, and I can promise you a life of good pay, adventure, and camaraderie. Just the real bullshit of recruitment sergeants.
Ringing his cup.
Georgia,
Yeah.
Type of thing. And OC is like, you know what? I would love to see Modesto's and the other Jackdaws' face is in the morning when you rock up as Eduardo saying Nietzsche's invited me to join the Jackdaws, because I did not tell any of them he'd be coming.
Amazing. I saw pictures of him going through the gate with you lot. It was hilarious. It was so good.
Eduardo, the biggest clapper in the Empire. Could clap anything, he said. Clap anything and anywhere.
Incredible.
That was the end of my Saturday, and what a fucking Saturday was. It was relaxing, it was stressful, it was entertaining. I don't think I've had a summit that good for quite a while.
We said this on the first part of this event coverage. Best event so far.
I don't know if it's because I wanted to take time off. I was like, I'm not going to take the politics side too seriously or play into it. And we said the weather had a huge impact.
100%. But yeah, I feel like we've both had very on-brief nights.
Completely opposite to each other in game.
You had politics and betrayals and poisonings. I had drama and fighting and glory. Fantastic. And then I think I stayed drinking wine with the Gorvans until not that late, and then got ready for battle next day.
2:30. I think I say like 2:30 is like an early time, but every night I went to bed at 2:30, which for Empire is crazy for me.
Yeah, I have been going to bed a bit earlier because I look like shit in the photos.
Hey, I always look like shit.
But you don't though, dude. But I get so dehydrated and so tired that I just look awful. So I've been
resting up
a little bit.
Oh, you! I just need a picture of you with Tom and Jerry with the matchsticks.
Yeah, 100%. I need to do the Patrick Bateman skincare routine. He has like the weird mask on his face. And stuff.
Wonderful.
But yeah, that was the end of my night, and then got ready the next day to fight some Grendel.
Woo!
First,
You missing us yet? You missing the marching tunes?
a little bit, but you were still fighting with us on the field.
We were.
But yeah, I got ready for my first battle as a noble. There was going to be a little band of knight errant, of little knight errants, but we ended up disbanding because half of us had OC problems. So I fought with the winged lions as usual. So it was my first battle as a noble.
How did it feel?
Going up
Were
to...
you like, please don't die this time. Please don't die.
The fucking knight errant curse. Going up to going up to Captain Charge and being like, my lord, and him being like, my lord. I was just like, oh, it feels
What a
good.
treat.
Yeah. I wish I had had some noble battle gear, but it was nice to have my first outing in... It was nice to have a last outing for Tristan's kit. I think that I was saying this, I quite like how bedraggled it looks, and now he's got rid of it. It's kind of it's ripped, it's torn, it's tired, but he doesn't need it anymore.
Do you think you'll keep it as a memento?
Either that or I'm going to give it to someone.
Okay.
So we'll see how it goes. So that was getting ready for the battle. Usual thing.
I always love getting ready for Battle at Empire. Everyone's in such a good mood, seeing the banners go up.
I forgot to say, getting girded was very different as a noble.
Oh, really?
Because it wasn't usually I'm trying to help out, but I was just having my greaves put on whilst I'm talking to people, having my armor put on me and things
Mate,
and stuff.
welcome to the club.
Yeah,
It's great, isn't it?
Chatting to people, getting armored up.
The thing
very
is, they
cool.
go, your lord. For me, it's Nietzsche, for fuck's sake, you're the last one getting ready for again, and we've got to do this.
But yeah, it was good fun. We had a little special mission. We had one of our nobles had a mass repel stored up.
Okay.
So we were defending them until we got to a point where we wanted to release it. And we kind of got them protected, and we made our way up to the gate. We were fighting with the Harpy Eagles, who are the archery block in Dawn. And yeah, apart from muster, I'll be honest, whilst I have very little to say about the fight, I had an amazing time.
Good. I'm glad you had a great time.
There was a few moments where Captain Charge went down. I a stay with me came in clutch as I dragged him back behind the lines. There's a few bits where it got hairy. The fighting was clean. It was fun. It was intense. We finished fighting towards a fort, which I thought was a bit dull because I didn't get to do much round we got there. But for the majority of the battle, I had a fantastic time. Clean, safe, fun fighting. What about you?
So, because, as you may know, we were fighting with the Reapers, so thank God they didn't hold too much of a grudge after the night before, and that would have been
yeah, Jesus.
Oh, no. I also did a bit of an OC check-in with Radix. Look, you want to have an issue, take it up with me. Maybe leave the doors out of this.
Yeah.
I will take the brunt of this if you want something to
Sure.
don't know if that is good sportsmanship or not, but... Hey,
no,
everyone's have a good time.
I'm a big proponent of talking about things out of character that you want to appetize because...
And to be fair, I think the Reapers and the Jackdaws OC both love the relationship as we have it.
Yeah.
So it was great marching up the hill to the Reapers' camp, to the muster. They're all getting ready. They have the Jean has the line, fuck's sake. Even the Jackdaws are clanked up before we are. What is this? They're all getting round, mustering, having a talk. Meanwhile, Billy, who played Costia, was good enough to sit me down, put a little barber's towel around me, and put some talc on my face.
Oh my God.
With the wig.
Fuck's sake.
Elle comes along and puts a little line of rouge on my lips.
Oh my God.
For hot merc summer, baby.
Fucking hell.
I don't know if the look's coming back or not, but the reception I had from it is fantastic.
Seeing you on Sunday during the battle with your makeup on was so funny. Because I just turned to him and went, Nietzsche, what the fuck have you got on your head?
Hot merc summer, baby!
Ridiculous.
The muster was a lot of fun. Jean went through all the different objectives we need to do. Basically, it was the Reapers, the Jackdaws, and I can't remember, you're a new free company, something Luprical, or something to do with wolves anyway. I don't know why there's so many wolves in the league. I'll have to look into the history of that. So our three merc companies together, I think the Bastardi and the Holdagan went off to work with the Marchers.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great marching out together as the free companies. So you had the Block, the free companies and the other free companies. It felt really cool to have all three of the league companies on the day. And I think the Seawolves sat it out because they only had 5 members due to a lot of the members having to go home for work or things like that.
Oh, sure, okay.
And it was just hot merc summer. So they're like, yeah, we're just going to relax, take it easy. Can't say I blame them. But it was great going to the gate to muster. Eduardo comes with us. He's saying Nietzsche offered to pay me 3 thrones for this battle. I'm like, what? I fucking did not tell you such a thing. He's telling us at the gate, just found out I've got a wife and kid at home. Leaving the Anvil and going back to see them.
My God.
Whereas OC, we're like, right, we know this is your last time, mate. Let's not waste any herbs. He's destined to die at that battle. Because he's just going lightly armored. No armor at all, in fact, with a sword. And that's it. So, yeah. The merc companies all march onto the field. We're singing the Jackdaw song. We're saying reap what we sow. We're saying the other Carters, like saying everyone's in good spirit. The amount of times Hot Merc Summer got shouted out was fantastic. I don't know what was happening on the battlefield, but the people who marched out in front were taking care of the land shark.
So, I was going to say, what I do want to say is Dawn did what Dawn does best at the start of that battle, is we just kept moving.
Yep.
Just mowing them down and keeping the momentum and just kept pushing. And it would like slow, and then someone would be like, don't stop. And then obviously just blah, 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 blah,
I don't know if you guys were the ones who tore into the land shark, but you had that fucking cover. That was just like a swarm of ants going over something. It was great. John's just like, keep marching, don't stop, until we got to the gate, and like, it was kind of a choke point there. Everyone's still... So Mercs was like, right, stand in the shade. And we just like look over the fence and we just see Claude Draco and Dawn tearing into...
We got the mass repel in that gate.
Grendel,
so we got in, repelled them all away, charged through. It's great stuff.
So the Mercs are just saying, let's go, Dawn, let's go, let's go. Just chanting over the fence to them. They're like, you could do something. They're like, nah, mate, it's choke point. Can't make it through. What's quite funny, an arrow came over the fence and just knocked into the bottom of my jacket. I was like, no, we haven't even arrived and there's a man down. No.
Fuck.
But in short, the battle was quite fun. I didn't get to do a lot of fighting because there was a lot of choke points, hard to get through. I will say pikes, though. Pikes are OP. Because we were trying to push forward to some Grendel and hold the point, but his pike could just get you that length. If your halberd or whatever's shorter than that pike's getting you, especially if he's got people surrounding.
He's like a 9-foot pike.
Yep.
Just, you done?
No, on the way, we got told to move back because the Grendel did do a big pushback, so we all pulled back. We misplaced one of our jackdaws, Adrian. Comes back later. Nietzsche. Found the battle plans we're looking for. I'm like, what?
Hell
you found an objective. Right. You stay there. You stay alive. I'm going to find General Jean. We're going to deal with this.
Amazing.
So, because Jean did us the favour of, hiring us for the battle because we didn't have a contract after shenanigans, shall we say. No one's fault and all that. Right. Usually we'd charge more for something like this. But you give us 2 thrones, military commendation for the Jolly Jackdaws, and a military commendation for Adrian. We'll hand over these plans... lickety-split.
It's so funny.
He agreed.
Oh my God, incredible.
It doubled our pay to 4 thrones that summer. We let Adrian keep a full throne for that, considering it's his work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rip apart his glory and be like, no, it's mine now, type of thing. And I do like to profit, but...
Yeah, that's nice. That's good. I like that.
The wages of another player.
Yeah, I like that.
Push down... The 3 companies of the Jackdaws, Reapers, and the Silver Company were also the ones who find the Grendel ambassador.
Oh, nice.
So we keep them surrounded.
General Raab, I think, right?
I think something like that, yeah. Keep them surrounded until the Empress could get there. Quite happy for my friends in the Bloodied Rose as well. Their first military contract was healing the Throne Guard.
Yeah, the Emperor was on the field, weren't they?
Yeah.
Amazing. It was really cool.
Great to see it. Great publicity because they were right on the front line.
I was in a line with her at one point. It was very cool. Very cool.
I wish there was a shot of it or a drawing because that must have been such peak publicity.
Yeah.
But it was great after seeing everyone march out, just saying this Grendel ambassador surrounded by the 3 companies, saying... Right, negotiating. Mm-hmm. they kind of come to a deal, and then someone, I don't know which of the 3 companies, it wasn't the Jackdaws, go and punch the Grendel in the face to make it more believable. Empress is like, no, what the fuck are you doing? This is not how we do it. There's like, it's just to make it look more realistic, like they put up a fight.
Incredible.
So good to see.
Fuck's sake.
The Reapers also found a chest full of treasure, thinking it was the ruby. Unfortunately, it was just some gems.
Sure.
I do want to know who got that fat loot, though.
Yeah.
But all in all, really successful battle. And what was really nice is marching out. Jean's like, right, let's get the 3 company banners to the front. So you had the Jackdaws and the Reapers banner marching through the Sentinel Gate. Oh, fuck, I forgot to say, Eduardo died, of course.
Ah.
It's like me, Nietzsche, don't be a hero, but not really restraining him too much because I didn't want to pay him the 3 thrones. Like, not actively trying to murder him.
That's so
like,
fun.
oh no, he's like, I'll get to the front. I'm a shield. I'm like, no, Eduardo, my son, don't be a hero. Apparently he got, like, cleaved.
Yeah.
And then hit on the head by a crab, and that's how he goes out.
God.
And his last words like, Nietzsche, tell my wife and kid I love her. And please, for the love of God, look after my daughter and don't let her be a jackdaw. I was like, leaned over, I was like, no worries, mate. It's no trouble to me at all. I will ensure that she will be a jackdaw when she comes of age. She's like, no! Dead. Honestly, Reese, the player of Sekiro, has made my game so good, and I'm honestly happy that we gave him such a good last game.
Amazing.
And then, yeah, that was kind of March off the field, and that kind of it was Empire for me, E3. It kind of was the sizzling out of Empire. Like, I'll go for a wander, but nothing's really going on.
Yeah, there's nothing of note, I think. I say that, I'll remember afterwards. But yeah, that was, again, same for me. Good, safe, fun fight. Couple of monsters not knowing what mass repel meant, but...
It happens every time. Like, the last thing you want, though, is a mass repel, like, none of the monsters to move.
They moved, like, a couple of paces and then came back in again. It's like, that's not...
Especially with how much mana goes into that.
Yeah, they've re-refed it, but yeah, it's fine. But yeah, best Empire to date.
Right, so stupid question, but I always ask this question. Best moment for you?
Pass my test.
Pass your test. For me, I think it was the rolling around on the ground with Benno fighting and Elle just pouring wine in our gobs. Honestly, those two really helped make my game as well. I really love hanging out with Callum and Elle. They're such a good laugh.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think having that moment, there was like... Pass my test was amazing, but just there was a moment where I was kind of just in the glory square at the gala, music playing, people dancing, looking at the stars, just being like, this game, man.
It has its faults, but the people make it great.
It has its faults, but that has definitely been my best LARP experience in a long time. And none of those highlights were PD created plot. They set the stage and you can do your stories within it.
Our group really hasn't got any plot. All our stuff is self-made.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great.
Well, so thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you for joining me on my journey from the Knight Errant to Tristan Ackerman to the noble Lord Tristan Dulac.
I hope you've enjoyed classic Larps and Tarps.
Yeah, I know. Wild.
They probably can't wait for the Alex Chloe.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, everyone's going to skip
just
this
the
one.
Boring old men.
So white, sis.
So yes, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Yeah, please do join us next time for Alex, Chloe, and Kerry's coverage, where they'll be going over there Saturday and Sunday.
Any 5-star reviews?
No. What's wrong with you people?
Why don't you love us?
We put this every week out for free.
We did miss this week. Tech issues.
Shut up. We put this out for free. No adverts. The least you could do is leave a 5-star review.
Or, if you're feeling really generous, send us a laptop.
Yeah, send us a new laptop. Fucking hell, yeah. Yeah, sorry for the delay. There's been some technical difficulties.
But Alex has been a fucking champ in getting these out as quickly as he can.
Absolutely. But yes, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. If you have enjoyed, please do like, subscribe, share, leave a comment below.
Let us know about you over the weekend. We'd love to hear that.
Yeah, how did your weekend get up to? What did you get up to? If you are supporters, you can find us on Patreon at Fabletop. And easy way to support us, if you've never been to Empire, is we have a referral code in the episode description where you can get £15 off your first Empire ticket and gives us £15 off too.
I like £15.
Yes. But yes, thank you very much, everybody, for listening. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Bye, friends.
Bye, everyone.